OFM's Morning Crossfire, Mr. Johnson said the governor has not disrespected the president. He accused the Martin Amaewhule-led House of Assembly of failing to honor their part of the agreement.
The call is a wild goose chase. If the records must be put straight, the governor respects Mr. President. There's nowhere the governor ever, in any attempt, tried to undermine the office of the president. The governor also didn't say he does not recognize assembly. Assembly is a creation of the law. He said those young men who parade themselves as lawmakers, I do not recognize them. They do not exist in part of the process of reconciliation. Mr. President said, go and withdraw. We are part of the bargain. They are not keeping to it.
Mr. Johnson said the Martin Amaewhule-led House of Assembly are acting the scripts of external forces.
If it's a house that knows its onions, you don't need an outsider to ask you to impeach. If you're not a push around, that a governor expressed an opinion, is that weighty enough to call for an impeachment? I describe them as hired guns. These gentlemen are fine gentlemen, but they are acting on the prompting of somebody, an external force that's probably propelling what they are doing. They don't need to wait for anybody in the place of an acting caretaker chairman of a party that is in contention as to who leads them.
The State Commissioner for Information also clarified that the 2024 budget of the Rivers State government cannot be re-presented again because it is already an act.
If they recall, there was a time we had the factional house where Edison Ehe presided over as speaker, and he was recognized by Justice Dana Gogo. It was on the strength of that budget was presented to that house, and it was an act. So I don't know how we can re-represent. I don't know how. If the court says, who am I to object or disagree with the court?
Still on this, the leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC in Rivers State says the call for impeachment of Governor Siminalayi Fubara by the APC in the state is capable of creating tension. Speaking to correspondent Ibi Ruwari, the IPAC chairman Soswema Osaro urged security agencies to caution the APC against such statements.
For IPAC, we have condemned in totality his outburst. We are speaking as IPAC, and we are saying all his submissions, all his tantrums and callings are clear distractions. On your number one, have you forgotten that Section 109 was clearly undermined? That's why you cannot come to call an assembly that is not existing to go and impeach a sitting governor. Is it in Banana Republic? So we are not disturbed as a body with all the drama he's playing out there. The Rivers people are very wise. Rivers people are very conscious.
Also, the convener of Rivers State Peace Initiative, Obinna Igbogidi, said the current statements by Governor Fubara and the APC have further deepened the already political tension in the state. He called for restraints by both parties.
For IPAC,
we therefore appeal to Governor Simfu and recognize the legitimate rule of the Rivers State Legislature and allow the judiciary to determine the legality or otherwise of their continued sitting. We also appeal to the members of the Right Honorable Martins Amaewhule-led Rivers State House of Assembly to seek peaceful and constitutional means of resolving their grievances for the interests of Rivers State. There is need for all political actors and their supporters to refrain from inflammatory rhetoric and provocative actions, both online and offline.
In the meantime, members of the Martin Amaewhule-led Rivers State House of Assembly have described comments by Governor Fubara that they do not exist as unguarded and a direct affront to the Constitution of Nigeria. Members of the House spoke during plenary today after the House Majority Leader Major Jag called members' attention to the governor's statement. Speaker of the House Martin Amaewhule said it is a sad moment for Rivers State, but the House will continue to perform its constitutional functions as an institution and as one of the arms of a democratic government. In the same vein, the House again vetoed Governor Siminalayi Fubara by consolidating the Rivers State Local Government Amendment Law No. 5 of 2018, 2023 and the Rivers State Local Government Amendment Law No. 4 of 2024. The House Speaker Martin Amaewhule said the bill is to consolidate all the local government laws in the state into one legislation. Mr. Amaewhule said the House looked at some critical sections and amended them for effective management of staff of the local government councils in the state in line with current realities. According to him, nobody will be allowed to hold any local government council to ransom. The House also read for the second time the Rivers State Electricity Market Bill sponsored by the Speaker Martin Ameule. The bill, when passed, is expected to transform the value chain of the electricity market and improve power supply in the state so businesses can thrive. The Association of Local Governments of Nigeria Rivers State Chapters called on members of the Rivers State House of Assembly to check the excesses of Governor Siminalayi Fubara to ensure the survival of democratic institutions in the state. Chairman of Algon in Rivers State, Owe Huunda, at a media briefing in Port Harcourt, accused the governor of withholding the allocation of local governments in violation of the subsisting interim order of a federal high court. He accused the governor of also planning to unlawfully pay local government staff salaries directly without the involvement of the democratically elected local government chairman.
We therefore call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the federal government to intervene by calling the governor of Rivers State to order with a view to avoiding breakdown of law and order in Rivers State. We call on the honorable members of the Rivers State House of Assembly to take appropriate steps to check the excesses of the governor of Rivers State and ensure the survival and sustenance of democratic institutions in Rivers State. We call on all well-meaning Rivers people and Nigerians in general to join in condemning the unlawful withholding of local government funds by Rivers State government as undemocratic, unconstitutional, and retrogressive.
Also speaking, the chairman of MOI Local Government Area, Chidi Lloyd, accused the governor of tampering with local governments.
My colleagues and I suffer all kinds of things. For the past 1 year, the governor has been illegally tampering with our money without our approval. Deductions are made. We do not even know how much comes from the federation account. It's as bad as that. The ecological fund too that has been since being released has not been given to us. Then the 10% IGR that ought to come to the local government are not also coming. Even the funds from Mr. President do not come to the local government. So it's unfortunate that we have arrived at this point in time in Rivers State. We are almost at the level of military rule.
Also, the chairman of Andon local government, Erastus Awotu, insisted that the local government chairman will continue to remain in office until the governor conducts the local government election. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, the rest of the news. Still to come, military withdraws from Okwama community in Delta State. Stay tuned. Name and that of Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu to create chaos in Egi Kingdom. This is contained in a statement signed by the chairman of the Egi Clan Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs, Eze Zion Wabweze Omekwe. The Eze Egbo Elenwa, who is also the Eze Ogba Uku of Ogba Land, said some people are creating an alien title with the intent to undermine the Eze Egi first class stool of Egi Kingdom. He said insecurity, greed, and bad stewardship by past and present leaders of the Egi Kingdom have hindered and required peace and development of the Egi Kingdom. He called on parents whose children are involved in crime to embrace the amnesty program he has brokered with the Inspector General of Police or face the full weight of the law. He warned leaders against considering themselves more superior than the people they serve. Away from that, a high court in Okeyi, Eche local government area of Rivers State, has restrained some youths from entering into any part of Umwekwe community land, either by themselves or their representatives. According to a document cited by a correspondent, Justice I. Wodi gave the judgment on April the 25th. Speaking of this, some of the claimants who are the chiefs and elders in Council of Umwekwe, including John Olu, Mark Wosu, Maxwell Onyeche, and Godwin Umveche, said Justice Wodi gave a declaration that youths do not own communal land according to Eche custom and tradition as applicable in Umwekwe, Ikorengwo, Eche. They said the judge also declared that the chief and elders are the custodians of the entire Umwekwe community land and should be the managers and controllers of the same. They listed some of the youths of Umwekwe that were restrained as Clifford Leruanya George, Uche Nwadu, Ezenwa George, Justice Only, Lovely Amadi, and others.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Hong Kong's Court of Appeal today granted an application by the government to ban a protest anthem called Glory to Hong Kong. The order overturned the lower court's judgment that had rejected such a ban because of its possible effects on free speech. On the news this evening, you heard Rivers State Commissioner for Information, Joseph Johnson, has faulted the impeachment calls by the Rivers APC. The Ameole-led assembly has criticized Governor Fubara for saying they don't exist. Algon has accused Governor Fubara of withholding allocation for LGAs. The military has withdrawn from Okwama community in Delta State. On the foreign scene, Hong Kong's Court of Appeal has banned protest anthem. The news was edited by Martha Okerinkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Kurubatubo. Good evening to stay tuned.